Experience tranquility. Pass into the iris.
I'm gonna get your Modify shirts.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Iris Podcast. I am Mr. Yeti, and I am joined by three idiots wearing a Modify shirt and Thuggington.
Whoa!
Welcome, Thuggington.
Mine actually says the word Modify, though.
Mine doesn't. That's true. Welcome, everybody, to the Iris Podcast. It is week 5, guys. We are in it, and it's the final week of Stage 1, the final chance teams have to move up, move down, lock up a playoff spot before Stage 2 even starts, and in some cases, if we're talking about teams like, not my meta, somebody might just fold. Who knows how that goes. But we'll see how that turns out. We'll see how that turns out here soon. But in the meantime, we're not going to spend so much time on the negative. We're actually going to talk about something that's a bit more positive. We're not going to start it with Amp It Up today, because you might notice down here, the bottom, there's a new bar.
That's a new bar.
What does that bar mean, NPC?
All right, that new bar is our donation goal for Rise Above the Disorder. So next week, because there are no Tranquility games next week, that first week of September, the second week of September, I guess, we are going to be doing events. We're going to have Widowmaker 1v1s. We're going to have Torbjorn 1v1s. We're going to have all sorts of fun stuff. But we're going to kick things off on Monday evening. Instead of listening to us talk about how good teams are and how bad teams are, we're going to actually give you the chance to 1v1 us and put your money where our mouth is. Okay, so you donate $10, ! Donate in the chat. And there's an option there to 1v1 any podcast host you want. You just donate $10, fill out the form, say I want a 1v1 Thug at Moira 1v1.
Don't even dare.
You want to do it. That'll be featured right here on the Tranquility Twitch channel Monday. And so those are going to close next Sunday. So we'll take donations for that. But then after that, we're going to have a whole lot more options. We're going to have a whole lot more things, and we'll get into that later in the announcement section. But right now, we're going to get on with the podcast. But you can go ahead and donate $10 starting right now to 1v1 any member of this podcast, including the people that aren't even here. If you want to do Booth, you want a 1v1 Death Knot, whatever. As long as we can make it next week, we'll be here.
Yeah. And guys, there's a limited spots for that too. We're only doing 20 spots maximum. So if you want to get in on that, you got to do it quick. $10, you can 1v1 any single one of us. So better get in on it now while you still can, because those spots are expected to go very quick. So that link will be up all week. This Tiltify campaign will be up on the bottom of the screen all week. So feel free to chime in on that anytime and get your donations started. So many exciting things going on with that. But before we do, we have such an exciting Tranquility season ongoing right now. We're going to start off with Amp It Up, and we are going to talk about one thing we noticed this past week, week 4, stage 1. Captain Jack, what'd you notice?
I mean, let's talk about the big elephant in the room. Folklore Gaming heard the smack on stream last night and somehow won one. Might have been a forfeit. Not exactly for certain what the history was on that, but hey, they got one, and that's all that matters.
It was.
I don't know what they did.
A W is a W.
A W is a W.
Right, Bart. A W is a W, and that's all that matters.
He's not wrong. A W is indeed a W. Even no matter how you come across it, it is a W. All right, Thug. What about you?
Jetpack cats look nasty. Real nasty. Going against Spook.
The good nasty.
Good nasty. Like,
Good
nasty. Not like,
disgusting.
ooh, that's nasty.
No.
But like, nasty.
Yeah.
They look really, really good against Boop, who's a very strong team. To 4-0 them on a big match like that, really, that was a statement match for him. It's definitely crunch time. I don't have any. Fuck.
Oh, disappointing. Jack's got you covered. NPC, what about you?
I noticed the kind of the lack of upsets. Everything went kind of the way we thought it would, which is actually surprising this late in the season. We're 4 weeks in. We should start to see teams, rebuild and come back and make changes. But we kind of saw things shake out exactly the way that we thought they would, with the exception of a couple forfeits. So.
True. Definitely. All right. And finally, last but not least, the man that everybody wants to hear from, Me. All right. So no, Bard, go ahead.
I noticed that Hog is not a lifeline for struggling teams. If you're not doing well, you can't just pull out the Roadhog because he's good right now and win your games. As much as we all hate this meta, we all hate that Hog is really, really stupid right now. He's not going to save you. You still have to be coordinated as a team. You still have to be good. And I saw a lot of teams this week where I thought, okay, you can upset, pull the Hog out.
Whoa,
And it didn't work.
There's a lot of
out.
miners that are in this participant. Like, don't ever pull the
Don't
hog
go.
out.
Sorry,
You can't
pull the
say
Roadhog out.
Thank you.
pull the
Thank you.
hog out.
Thank you.
Let's-
Thank you so much.
Let's just bring it back just a little bit here, Bard.
Ooh.
No, but yeah, in all seriousness, I don't believe that the Roadhog made as much difference on the tournament itself as people may have originally expected. It was there, but it certainly didn't seem to dominate games as a lot of people may or may not have expected. I think team play in general seems to be rewarding a lot of dive, and a lot of dive we're seeing right now. So it's kind of interesting to see all that. But anyways, what are you guys looking forward to in the final week of Stage 1? Captain Jack.
I have my eyes set on that God Hand versus Primals match in the Transcendence tier. Like, with the withdrawal of No Name, Otaku Empire sitting on that high spot right there. They are just ready to take Stage 1 with the easy dub. And if Primal can somehow, sharpen up those claws before that match and take God Hand out just once, just this one loss, we'll end up setting up Otaku to lead in Stage 1 at the end.
Really quick, before we go to Thug for his take on this, want to thank Specs, your first donation for the campaign for Rise Above the Disorders. Specs, the $20 donation. I assume there's a challenge involved in that.
See you soon, Bard.
I
See you
can't
at the
see
me?
it, unfortunately,
Yep.
but
Is he a widow 1v1 me? One of us will get 5
Oh, okay.
one of us will get 5 and that one is Bard.
Who
All
says
right,
he's gonna
guys.
got 5 chances?
Probably won't
All
be.
right.
It probably will be me, actually.
I have a
One of us
feeling
will
we
get 5
might
votes.
need 20 people wanting to beat on Bard. Anyways, Thug, what
Isn't
about
that such
you?
a change of pace to get the old punching bag versus the new punching bag?
Well, yeah,
This is great. This is
It's
full
like that
circle.
separate
Yeah,
Kung
that's
Fu
true.
Panda
It's
where he
back.
punches it and it comes back and then
You love to
across
see
the
it.
room.
All right, Thug, what about you? What are you looking forward to?
I am looking forward to Flashback versus Royals. This is Battle of the Titans here. This is a couple of 4-0 teams. It's 2 4-0 teams in the same pool like that. It's going to be really, really fun to see. Again, they're both going to go on, so that's not a problem, but it's just going to be fun to see 2 heavyweights duking it out and really see who's going to be one of those top teams to contend for the Harmony tier title.
Definitely. I'm excited to see that as well. It's going to be a heck of a week there. NPC, what about you?
I'm also going Royals flashbacks. It's just, the 2 4-0 teams. Oh, it's gonna be such a good game. I'll predict it later, but man, I'm looking forward to some top tier Harmony tier play.
Indeed. It's going to be awesome.
It is
awesome.
Indeed Bard Widowmaker 1v1.
All right, last but not least, Specs' most recent victims. What do you think, Bard?
I know this is kind of cheating, but we're seeing it literally right now, so I'm gonna go with it anyway. I want to see who donates because I want to just like every new person that wants to 1v1 one of us is more hype for me for next Monday.
Yeah.
So like I'm literally just gonna be watching this donation tracker and seeing like, oh, Dougie is gonna 1v1 Ice. Cool.
Oh, God,
Or-
he better not lose out.
Just whatever happens.
Ice is a,
so
Ice,
ready.
No, Ice doesn't have
Ice
the
won't
guts.
step
Ice
up the face
doesn't
though.
have the guts.
No.
Ice doesn't have the guts to take
He
Thug
doesn't. He doesn't have it in him to.
No, he
to
doesn't.
1v1.
He can't handle the
Yeah.
shame.
I
Or-
don't know.
Dude.
Ask Bard who didn't take the 1v1s.
In all
Ice
honesty,
will uninstall the game after.
in all honesty,
you know what?
PTSD.
It's been a year. I think maybe it's time. It's time to sign the contract, Ice.
in all honesty, does anybody really want to see 2 Moira mains fight?
No.
Yes.
No.
No.
Can they do like 1 round Moira, 1 round Orisa,
I'm
1
pretty
round
sure I'd rather
May?
watch
Yeah.
a Dry
5
than watch a
rounds
Moira
Moira.
1v1. So
Yeah.
yeah, Orsted wants revenge. Orsted's an aimbotter. he can't hold a candle to me. So, anyways,
How do you aimbot on Brig though?
True. It's true. All
I've
right,
seen it.
Captain Jack, cold hard truth or hot take, spicy hot take. What do you got for us this week?
Oh man, I have a cold hard truth. I'm gonna make at least half this podcast mad right now because Modify and Pogfish are at 16-0 for map differential right now. Like the perfect 4-0 4 times in a row. But this week, Modify is going into the void, and Pogfish are going to get frozen out by Arctic at least one map this week before they enter stage 1, ending that perfection in its tracks.
I mean, I don't think they'd complain about that too much, but if it's just one map,
Okay,
it was just
okay,
one
okay.
map. I'm pretty sure Modified would be like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We kind of need to lose a little bit. We're getting too
Yeah,
cocky.
somebody needs to bring Modified down
Yeah.
a level because they're starting to remind me of season 4 Modified. It's...
Yeah.
All right, Thug, what do you got to say?
First off, how dare you? How dare you?
I'm an equal opportunity caster there.
Really quick, who wore it best, by the way? Captain Jack is the big winner because he did get 15 extra votes from the Abstract Kid by donating 150 bits.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for the bits.
I'll do anything for money here.
Yeah.
We're shows, don't worry.
All right, Thug, what do you think?
So where did my notes go? Where did my notes go? Found it. I'm going for a cold, hard truth. This is in light of what's happened, the recent happenings. Meme teams are harder to manage than actual competitive teams. It seems like a great idea to come in. You know, there's open teams next season. Like, oh, let's get a bunch of my friends well off roll and have some fun. If you have anybody on that team that is serious about it and really wants to scrim and be competitive, it's not going to work out. Trust me, ask Yeti. It's hard, man. It is a really hard thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen one team do it right, and that's get off my land. That's it. So,
These are a meme team?
yeah. Could you not tell?
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
And, yeah,
I mean, the meme
that's
was-
the thing. You can't just let anybody in to get off my land. I get messages every offseason. Dude, I want to play on Get Off My Land. No, you don't. You think you do, but you don't. And you're getting kicked in the face every week, and you still have to have a good time.
Are you
Like,
at
if
least
you-
35 years old? You can
Exactly.
join them.
Yeah,
That too.
but like, yeah, running meme teams, it's tough. I've seen 2 or 3 teams try it, and they fold every time.
PDK, there are multiple people on Get Off My Land who are 3 times as old as you. So, just saying.
More than 3.
Just saying. Just saying. Anyways, let's move on. NPC, what is your spicy hot take or cold hard truth?
My cold hard truth for this week. It's funny because Thug was referencing the Discord tier, not my meta, and I'm going to reference Harmony tier. The cold hard truth is that the season's not over. Like, even if season stage 1 doesn't matter at all. There's you could just wash this whole thing away. You could start 0-5, stage 2, and still be the champions. You can rebuild. You can come back. You can have a lucky week and happen to knock out a top team in the playoffs because they weren't feeling it, or their carry was sick that day, or something. It could happen any given Wednesday, and that's the truth. Is the stage 1 doesn't matter, and we can all just pick up and move on to stage 2.
By the way, somebody by the name of Tara, who I don't have their actual in-game name, thank you for the $35 donation to the campaign. We appreciate it. Thanks for the donations, guys. I don't know if a 1v1 comes with that or what the plan is there, but thank you. We appreciate the donations. It's all going towards an excellent cause, so thank you so much, guys. If you want to get shout-outs on those, I will be shouting out donations throughout the night tonight. I just want to build up some energy for this. This is an exciting thing, guys.
Their redemption was indeed a shout-out by NPC, but I don't know what team they want me to shout out.
Oh, no.
So
Bad notes.
I will be reaching out to this person a little bit.
Whoever this person is.
We're going to shout them out
But-
on the next podcast, probably the podcast after the week.
Hey, this is the time where tranquility can prove we do so many cooler things. than just be an Overwatch tournament.
It's a good thing we recorded this like earlier,
It's true,
and then we just
yeah.
happened to time out these donations perfectly.
It's exactly
yeah.
true. Yeah, this is actually on tape delay 2 hours.
It's a script
It's
is including all
really
these donations.
impressive, honestly.
I'm
It's
surprised.
really impressive. All right, Bard, wrap it up here. What do you got?
So we've seen a lot of different changes come in. A lot of experimental went live today. We've seen DPS hit some nerfs. Some supports have hit some tweaks. Beams are better now, which is stupid. I don't know why that changed. But you know what? I personally think is a bit of a hot take and a cold hard truth. All of these changes make NPC's favorite hero, Reinhardt, actually pretty solid right now. Less
Back,
damage
baby.
to break shield. He can push in a lot faster. Like Lucio is not in his worst state right now. I'm pretty sure Brig is probably the worst support to run in most comps. Right? I think we're gonna see some Reinhardt here, and I'm not just saying that because NPC's wearing a Modify shirt this week.
It helped though.
It did help, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Like, do you
It's a-
think
it's a hot
anybody
and cold
knows?
read.
Here's your cold hard truth. Nobody fucking knows what's gonna happen this meta, especially a bunch of plat brains like us.
Meta, what's that?
Just throwing that out there. We are a
Yep.
bunch of plat brains. Even T3 and T2 coaches have no idea what's going on right now. So I'm just saying, nobody knows what's happening. Cold hard truth, none of y'all know what the meta's gonna be. So, anyways, let's move on, guys. That is amp it up for the day here. We have a fantastic montage for you this week, brought to you again by the incredible Falcon. So enjoy.
Oh yeah.
Justice reign from above.
Well, that was pretty good. So thank you,
My
Falcon.
word.
That was okay.
Fantastic montage. And I have to say, there was one highlight that stood out to me. Captain Jack, what did you think of it?
Well, I have to say, that was a fat shatter.
I haven't gotten one of those in a while. Feels good. Feels good. Let's move on to the next segment, guys. Let's move on to the next segment. All right. We have Mount Rushmore coming up here, guys. We are going to break down some topics, some different questions that I posed to these guys here. And basically what we're going to be looking at is, well, what are a few different things here? What are the favorites to win? The dark horses. And we're going to bring up that favorite word that a lot of Tranquility veterans know, underrated.
Ooh.
Right, underrated is back in play, guys. Let's start off with your favorite team right now. Who is the favorite to win in Harmony tier? Captain Jack, I'm going to have you start us off.
I mean, please allow me to go get my crown, because here comes the royalty. Because I'm talking about one of the players of Mount Rushmore last week, but even with them, they have an incredible amount of other players on that team, as well as a pair of absolutely fire coaches. Chamanzi from Discord tier, Normac from Transcendence tier. I mean, all teaching them the uber strats to get them up to the top. So I got to give it to royalty.
All right, Royals, first pick there. Thug, what do you think?
So to be honest, I had flashbacks right away. It's my squad. I'm the flashbacks fan from way back in the day. However, I did decide to modify that answer based on the team we played last week. Modify, not dropping the map. Modify has given up 3 points all season. Not maps, points. It's insane.
If we lose
It's insane. Modify is not going to lose another point the rest of the season.
Don't say that.
I can't believe that you would say such a
Way to
thing.
go, Thug.
So, all right.
Yes,
NPC, what do you think?
All right. So for my Harmony tier favorite, I gotta go the Jetpack Cats. They're looking serious right now. Just ridiculous team play all around. The coordination on that team is so strong. They've got a pretty good coach. His name is Vila. I don't know if you've heard of him. Just like tons and tons of great work there. I don't even know. I mean, we saw them in the YouTube feature match. If you haven't seen that, go back and check it out. Because there's no alert that when it goes live or anything, which is unfortunate. We need to somehow make that happen manually.
You could subscribe.
You could click the little bell.
icon.
Although the problem is then you get like every time we upload like a Twitch VOD to YouTube, you get the notification again. And
Oh, darn.
gets
Oh,
kind
man.
of old. It really
Oh,
does.
man, those were the
Because I had it for a
worst.
while. I know.
The shame you can't just swipe them away.
Yeah. It's if only you didn't have to sit there and watch every single video, but you kind of do. But no, just their roster is it's stacked. You got Mudkip, you got Sergio, you got Kiddo, you got Shady B, you got Sensa. That's just so stacked.
Ooh.
You see them week after week in the highlight montages. It's strong. It's real strong.
All right, Bard, what do you think?
So Jack makes a good point about royals, and like kings are pretty royals, but what's a king to a god, really? And what's a god to the entire pantheon? So I've gone with Pantheon as my favorites. They're
I like it. Respect.
Honestly, that was good. I can get down with that.
I'm in.
That's a short stretch. We got it.
Good. That was good.
They're just all around super solid. Great DPS, great tank line. Supports are super solid. I think that they're going to adapt. Probably one of the best teams adapting going into this crazy weird QP meta going forward. So yeah, I think they sleeper pick, not even sleeper anymore because they're just winning all their games. I think they're favorites.
Disclaimer: nobody knows what the meta is right now.
True.
I just have to say it's worth noting here, guys. There's one team that sticks out to me that was not chosen. Nobody said flashbacks.
I did earlier, but I changed it.
I just have to say,
Well,
nobody
just
said
Capital's
the
like the owner of that team, so
Flashbacks, the preseason champions, tells you how good the top of the Harmony tier is right now, where there's that many teams who people are saying are legitimate contenders. It's really exciting to see who comes out on the top of these A tiers going in stage 2, who when these teams start battling against each other every single week, like who comes out on top of these matches. That's going to be a really exciting thing to see. So because you're going to see like Pantheon taking on Royals and Flashbacks taking on Jetpack Cats. Like these are the matches you're going to see, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
so,
the games are about to look a whole lot better.
The games are going to look crazy for those guys. So anyways, let's get on to the next topic at hand here. Let's talk about some dark horses. Captain Jack, who stands out right now? Who's like a dark horse pick that you think in the Harmony tier?
Well, oh man, I don't know about y'all, but I just started sweating a whole lot. Must have been those holy jalapenos spicing up that Harmony tier. Part 1 of the Spicy Boys, containing members such as Bethcon, Alex, Atlas, and the freshest of teddies. Jalapenos have it, and like any good spice, they're just starting off slow in stage 1, and they're gonna do their most damage in the second half.
Bug, what do you think here? We had to pick up holy jalapenos. Follow that up. What do you got?
So for me personally, insert joke about Phantasmal. I didn't think of anything.
Lazy.
I'm so sorry.
That's exactly what you wrote down. You're not supposed to read it word
Something
for word.
about Phantasmal.
Oh, shit. No, Phantasmal. They got off to a really rough start. I wouldn't say really rough start. They stumbled out the gates. They're coming with a lot more gumption. They have good coaching staff in there. Troll's doing a really nice job with that team overall. Dogos is in there. Monk, Animal Blank. The whole team is solid. They added a couple great pieces. Kilroy's a new support for him. Crypt is going to play tank, and Pegapants, who was formerly on, what team was that? SEAL Team Spuds? Preseason, correct? Coming in being a support player for him. Really excited to see what that team's going to do coming into stage 2 and into the playoffs.
What about you, NPC? What do you think?
Okay, so Jetpack Cats may fly on, but there's one team that fries together, and that is the Potatoes. Okay, let me just. I don't need to really tell you anything about the Fighting Potatoes, but I'm going to read you a list of names: Sneaky Kittens.
Yep.
Webbard.
Yep.
Solitary Bird.
Yep.
Surfy.
Yep.
Race.
Yep.
Cog.
100%.
Lazuli.
Let's go.
Shepvik.
I'm
and
in.
B Core, and maybe one other guy. I'm not sure.
No, I think that's everyone.
But let me tell you, their roster, I love all these people and all these players, but I really feel like it might be a little too big.
It's weird. Bard just disappeared from the stream. I can't explain it, guys.
It's a little big at 10
but
players.
Bard just disappeared. It's the strangest thing.
But yeah, he's not coming back.
How did these things happen?
No,
I don't
understand.
understand.
I see all these players, and I think they're all very talented players, but they really need to develop a core 6, if you get my meaning, and play those a little bit more regularly to build up that synergy they need to win.
All right, last but not least, Bard, what do you got?
It's just listening to you all make these choices and who you think are dark horses under. It's just one thing really springs to mind. That's just yikes, man. These choices, and that's why I'm going with the Miami Yikes. They honestly are being just messed up by being in the hardest pool, I think, in Harmony tier right now. They look really decent playing against Flashbacks. They're playing against teams like Royals. They have a really tough pool, and they still look really solid. And I look for the solid teams that are going to stay solid and not slump going into playoffs, because that's a thing we've seen a couple times, is some teams that look really good slump going into playoffs. And I want a team that's just brick and mortar, solid going forward. And that's Miami Yikes to me.
Miami Yikes, the pick there. Let's move on next. We're talking about teams. Talk about some players now. Who is an underrated? That's right. I said the word underrated player in the Harmony tier. Captain Jack, why don't you start us off?
All right. So we know them. We love them. Supports are unsung heroes. One particular comes to mind from a team that's already been mentioned, the Fighting Potatoes. You might recognize them. She's an incredible healer, always sticking with her team, positioning always on point, whether flying stealthily with Farah as Mercy or claws out with Ryan as Brig. Some may say she's a sneaky kitten.
I like it.
People have said that, yes.
Baby Thug, hi.
Oh yeah,
Hi.
everybody wave.
Say
Baby
hi.
Thug, you're required.
Even
Podcast
on
rules,
camera,
by
you
the
have to
way.
wave.
Podcast rules, by the way. Even if you do not have a camera and you're not broadcasting anything, you still have to wave at Baby Thug. So, all right, everybody, make sure you wave to Baby Thug. If you haven't waved at your monitor yet, shame on all of you. So, all right, Thug. Speaking of you, it's on you.
Yes. So I Capital was yelling at me before. There's a player on Flashbacks that does a phenomenal job. It's way undersung. With players like Seraph and Nova on the team, it's really hard to get noticed, but this dude is a beast, man.
Hey.
I'm back, boys. Beastman is a phenomenal tank player. He was great last season. He's good this season. Last season, he was the shining star in a sea of absolute awfulness. He's phenomenal. He does a great job. I love Beastman. I think Beastman doesn't get talked about enough. We should talk to those guys in the podcast and really work that out. And yeah, what she said.
Bard.
All right,
I see
NPC.
that.
NPC, what do you think?
Ooh, man.
All right. So, you know what? We're talking about underrated players. I want to talk about somebody on Boop named Zexo. Looking to be a big flexo, trying to play that projectile DPS. So Boop picked up 2 hit scan DPS players. So Zexo, she's looking to flex over to projectile, playing more like Farah, a little bit more Junkrat, a little bit more that like spam damage, May, like a little bit of controlling. And it's been a tough transition, but I feel like once they get their synergy worked out between, hit scan and that off DPS, the enabler DPS, you're going to be seeing a lot more big plays coming out of Zexo in stage 2.
Important poll going on right now. Is anything cuter than Baby Thug? Please make sure you answer that poll. Very important to answer that. Bard, what about you? What do you think?
So I think when I looked at underrated players, I looked at players around teams that were struggling a bit, that weren't doing super well, that needed a bit more recognition. And I wanted to pick someone, it's a tough time to be a main tank player right now. You really got to weather the storm. It's looking rocky. You might feel like you're in the middle of a maelstrom even. So I went with the main tank for Maelstrom. I picked Caden Vieira. Caden is cracked. Ryan's really good. Coming out of her, really just a very solid player to build a team around. And I don't think we bring her up nearly often enough.
Brought her up last week, actually.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah, well, I have the memory of a goldfish.
True.
So
true.
there will probably happen.
Confirm.
All right. Shockingly, no was the final win in that poll. So nothing is cuter than Baby Thug. Good to know.
Okay.
Good to know, guys. Glad we got that sorted out.
Yep.
It was really important to me. So, anyways, enough with the Harmates here. Enough with all these plat brains. Let's bring it on up to the Discord tier, guys. Discord tier. Who is your current MVP? Or I'm sorry, not MVP. Pardon me. That's not the right word. Who is the current favorite? Captain Jack.
All right. Hey, babe. I need more milk. Because I swear this Discord tier victory cake is full of heckin' habaneros.
You're on the spice run today.
Team.
Wow.
I'm
Okay,
all about
okay.
the spicy boys. The team is overflowing with spicy players. Chamanzi, Trippy Cow, Karev, Mix Ready. The list just goes on and on. I do not care what has been said before. I declare the finals will contain both sets of spicy boys.
That is actually a nice spicy hot
He
take.
has declared it.
He has declared a
Has
spicy
declared.
hot take.
It
That
has
is a
been declared.
spicy hot take.
And so it has been written.
And so
All
it
right.
shall be.
Thug, what do you got?
You're muted.
You blew it.
Sorry.
Okay, Doug, good answer. All right.
Good
moving
job,
on.
Thug. Come on.
Beautiful.
Come on, what you got for us, buddy?
Well, here's the thing. After that embarrassment, I am just gonna make my exodus from the podcast. So
It was a setup, and you all
What a good bit.
I mean, exodus.
Totally planned.
They stumbled a little bit. They lost early, which is good. That's what they needed to do. But let's go Exodus. I am on the Cryptic Force bandwagon. I love that little memer, and he's gonna ride them all the way to the championship again, back to back.
NPC, who do you got?
I'm uniquely qualified to talk about back.
You are uniquely qualified.
So I went with Jetpack Cats in the Harmony tier. So it only makes sense that when those cats grow up, they grow up into Flying Lions. And I picked the Flying Lions to be my favorite for the Discord tier. They're pretty strong. I used to play on console, and now I moved over to PC, and it's definitely the master race over here. So I got to give it up for WASD. It's really just the best way to play the game. You've got Cinnamon on support, you've got Upsetting, they've got Crimson.
Has he said a team name yet?
Flying Lions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He did.
I said
He said
when they grow up
Outcast
from
Crimson.
He did say
Jetpack
Flying
Cats.
Lions.
I thought you led with Waz, and I was like, we're not doing players yet. I was
No,
really
I was talking about the players on
Talk
the
about the players on the team.
Bard.
Bard.
Memory of a Goldfish
Bard,
Bard.
my
Just,
God.
just
Bard.
smile and nod.
Discord tier
Long
favorite.
time.
Who you got?
memory.
Okay.
Discord
I need
tier
to drink more to
favorite.
get my memory to work.
Yes.
Somebody upgrade Bard already.
Yeah.
Oh crap!
Let's go, Bard. It's your turn.
100.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's really weird. So I pulled up, I was doing some research for this, and I pulled up a dictionary definition just to make sure I got it right. It's an adjective, one, remarkably or impressively great in extent, size, or degree. Oh, the word's prodigious. That's the word, right? Yeah, Unbiased Bard is dead. Prodigious are fantastic. They beat Exodus. They're going to beat Battalion this week. They're going to firmly secure themselves as the number one. They're my favorites going forward.
Surprise! It also confirmed Bard
didn't
begins
pick
all of his
modified.
speeches with Webster's Dictionary defines such and such as.
Also starts every one of his speeches with "Unbiased Bard is dead."
Yes, unbiased Bard is
Only
dead.
about modifying prodigious.
All right. Enough about this. Enough about the favorites to win in the Discord tier. Dark horses. Who do you got for us? Go ahead, Captain Jack.
I have to say, as a Navy veteran, Huya Submarine Force, one of the most revered symbols is being a Navy SEAL. And if you don't know what that pin looks like, let me tell you, it contains the iconic Neptune's Trident. You know what else contains Neptune's Trident?
Ooh, what?
Frickin' Barbados's emblem. They may be second place in their pool, but overall they are teetering that middle ground right now. Again, another stellar team full of big names: Takenom, May, Vietnamese, Shiny, Flare, and I think in stage 2 the waves will rise so that Barbados can ride them to victory.
So if you had to pick between SEAL Team Spuds and Barbados,
Ooh.
True.
That's a hard
okay,
one.
all right.
Potato float.
You can think on
Potato
it.
float. So
You know,
maybe.
I'm only slightly offended, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Okay.
All right. Thug, what do you got here?
Well, you always say the man makes the insignia. So SEAL Team Spuds would definitely make that a better choice than Barbados. I'm going SEAL Team Spuds here for a couple reasons. One, I'm smart. Two, I'm smarter than Bard. And three, not just my teammate, he's your teammate. And he was my two. I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit to underrated player. I didn't actually pick him, but he's one of mine that doesn't get talked about enough. On that team, the man absolutely cracked on Ana. He does phenomenal job for the team. He was a teammate of mine last season too. Great player with guys like him, guys like your also podcast host Death Knot. SEAL Team Spuds is gonna do a lot of stuff in the playoffs. Just hang on to your butts, kids. Hang on to your butts. Strap your bandanas in tight.
The unbiased GM of the SEAL Team Spuds agrees with you. Anyways, NPC, what do you think?
Okay, I'm looking for a team that hasn't quite found their spark just yet. I'm looking for a team that hasn't quite caught fire yet. They're about to start burning up. They're about to ignite, and I'm going to go with Ignis. Okay, Ignis is a team with a lot of talent. If you look at their roster, they got Ember, Annihilator, Temporal, Vexer, Ace, Danya, Bowsy. It's a great roster. They've been having trouble getting everybody to show up every single week. Danya is actually going to Korea. So they confirmed they have a Korean roster with players from Korea.
Wow.
So when Danya gets back in stage two, that's when they're going to start taking off. So we're seeing them right now at half strength, and any minute now they're going to ignite that spark, and they're going to take right off. It's going to be a blaze.
Worth noting, Ignis came in as the lowest rated SR team in the Discord tier, so they're still playing competitive matches. So credit to Ignis right now. Finally, Bard, what do you think here? Dark Horse in the Discord tier.
So I've been noticing something as this podcast has gone on. We follow a bit of a trend. We talk about something, we set up a pun, and then we say the pun, and the pun has something to do with the team and it's the team.
True.
Yeah, it really seems like we really
You're
only
so
have
smart,
one.
Bard.
It really seems like we really only have one trick on this podcast.
Whoa.
So I picked one trick.
Whoa.
We're 5 tricks.
Whoa.
Does anybody else smell toast? Does anybody smell toast?
It may be one trick, but it's a good one. All right.
Yeah,
And
no,
it's
it's
always
quality.
new.
That's
And it's
not
always
yet.
new.
Yeah, I picked one trick. I am kind of baffled by the start for this team. They have so much potential. They've got a pretty solid roster. They've kind of got proven people, and they're coming off of a team last season that existed.
That's true.
Think?
They
Yeah,
very well
were
did
there.
exist.
They're
Yeah,
turning
they
this
were there.
around, and I want them to keep it going.
And they have
Really.
Fredmaster on their team, who is farming clips for Noob Hunter. It seems like
This is
every
true.
day.
Oh yeah.
True.
Just gonna point that out. Like Fredmaster
Fred
is
Master
on.
45.
Yeah, Fredmaster
Yes,
45
Fredmaster
is
45.
on YouTube, literally on Noob Hunter. It seems like every day these days.
When I had Fredmaster on Undead Battery, we used to call him Flankmaster 45 because no matter where we were, he was on the flank. He was popping that ultimate in their backline, getting like the most ridiculous ultimates, and it was so hilarious.
Yes, Fredmaster finding the most success of anybody from Liquid Nova. I'm kidding. I love you, Triage.
Got him.
I can't. Anytime Liquid Nova comes up, I just can't help it. It's an instinct at this point. It's an instinct. Can I just say, for the record, nobody picked Tailwind.
Yeah,
4-0 team.
we know.
4-0 team. I'm just saying, like, how did Tailwind not get talked about in this whole thing? I don't know about that, guys. Tailwind is a legitimate team, and I don't know if any of those 4 teams that we talked about can hold a candle to Tailwind right now the way they're playing. So,
Dark Horse.
No, I'm talking about Discord tier favorites too.
Like, we were just talking about Dark Horse.
Well, you know
Yeah.
what?
When you drop in and what do you think? You run the damn show.
You know what?
man.
You know what?
Cool.
You know what? I don't have a creative pun for this, so I'm just gonna go yeah. And then let's go to underrated players. Underrated players in the Discord tier. Who do you have? Captain Jack.
Fellow Pokemon trainers, our desire tonight is to catch them all in this podcast. But we have missed one very, very important and deadly tank character, and that's Greninja, off tank of the Flying Lions. Not only does insider info tell me that Greninja is like the chillest dude, like ever, but this boy will rock your world quite literally when they're not practicing, always on that Sigma, trying to see how many ults he can rack up, canceling out with that accretion. With positive attitude and focused play, Greninja is the silent but deadly spectator in Flying Lions.
All right, Thug. Who do you got in this one?
Why do you always make me follow Captain Jack?
Because
He has these beautiful like soliloquies set up for these people, and I'm just like,
Wait, we're not supposed to prep for these?
no, I'm prepping. I'm just, you're taking this. Can we get him up? Can we get like Booth back on here? At least he didn't try as hard.
Oh, Booth. Oh, rip Booth. Okay.
Love you, Boo.
Why would you
Don't
just do
listen to
Alex
him,
like
Booth.
that?
I love you.
Boo.
Booth.
Oh, wow. Booth's never coming back now.
Wow.
Booth left the
Wow.
chat. I'm sorry. Oh,
I mean, later
Thug-
on you might find out why Booth doesn't. want to come back.
I just don't understand why you got to mix it up with Booth like that. So that's just my.
I
my-
love Booth a lot. So he insert soliloquy.
I'm sorry. Are
about-
you ready?
I'm always ready.
All right.
Hold on, let me collect myself.
Because you were just mixing it up with Booth. Are you ready now?
Report in the chat. Booth is switching to Fortnite.
All right. Go ahead, Thug.
Hello. I pick Mix Ready Overwatch.
All right.
This isn't a meme.
Ta-da!
That kind of is. It's kind of is.
This time it's not a meme. Who said his name in positive light this season? Not me. Not anybody else. This is basically Bard last season as Mix Ready this season.
That hurts, but it's so true.
It is. I mean, just nothing positive said about it. Mix Ready is a shining star on a team that's very well. Captain Jack has done his research. He can also tell you as well, Mix Ready is not a total throw when he's not playing tank. He's somebody that doesn't get talked about enough, and now that I'm talking about him, he's going to be super pissed at me, and he's going to do terribly. Congratulations, Mix Ready. You're welcome.
Well, you're trying to jinx him.
All right. Is
Yes.
it a meme? Yes or no is the question. NPC,
No!
what do you got?
Oh
I think we all know
man!
the answer to that one.
Wow, that chat took off.
That's
Yeah.
the most votes we've had on
Yeah.
I've never
We're the
seen
most,
such
like,
a
8,
decisive vote.
Listen, we have a very public relationship. What can I say?
we just need to frame everything in the form of memes. That's what this generation wants.
True, it's true. Got to keep up with these kids, you know? All right.
Yeah.
NPC, go ahead.
You know what? I also am kind of the well is coming up dry for puns right now. But fortunately, I'm gonna actually pick a good player, unlike Thug. So I'm gonna say that like when I look at an underrated player, I want to look at a team that's actually doing really well. But we're talking about everybody but this person. We're seeing highlights in the highlight feed except for this person. And for me, the team is Tempest, and the player is Nagisa.
Oh yes.
All right, you know,
Yes.
just
Nagisa.
support line on the back line of Tempest. I mean, look, the team is stacked. Vet, Shadowfang, Maxix, Iconic. That there's a lot of great players on there that get play after play after play, and we see it on the highlight reels. But Nagisa is back there, you know, keeping them alive, and just the positioning is fantastic. That's what I want to see. That's what underrated means to me.
100%. Good choice. Good choice.
Mhm.
Bard, let's wrap it up here.
So I had some trouble picking this one. I wanted to pick a player who was on a team that was maybe struggling. I once again picked the tank. Oh, sorry. Something's wrong with my computer. I'm missing some pixels. Oh no. I picked Pixel. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I picked NSTAL, also known as Booty Sushi, also known as Pixel, also known as the artist formerly known as the person on the podcast, season 3. He's great on tank, and again, tanks are going to be really good this season. They deserve some credit for the crap storm that they're putting up with. So yeah, I think he needs to get talked about more, and I think all tank players deserve more recognition.
Yeah, tank players are a bunch of divas, anyways. let me tell you about that.
I mean,
No. We're the underrepresented bunch. Nobody ever talks about tanks.
Uh-huh. All right, let's take it into the Transcendence tier, guys. Who is the favorite to win in the Transcendence tier? Captain Jack.
well, a callback to last week. Do you feel that? Feels like the winds of change. It's just freezing. Some could say it's Arctic. I mean, I've known about Lynx Esports before joining Tranquility, and the players on those teams are always a literal force of nature. And this week they're facing off against, who is that? Oh yeah, Pogfish.
You missed your cue, Thug.
You
Thug
missed
is
your
like,
cue. Thug, you missed your cue.
I didn't miss fucking anything.
okay, Thug is over there looking at a picture of Mix Ready and not paying attention to the podcast.
Well, I hate to say it, Thug, but I have a feeling that these cats are going to be walking away this week with some fish sickles.
So, Thug, your response, favorite to win.
Pog fish.
I never saw that coming.
Oh, wow, surprise.
Yeah. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah. So the surprise of the century, we have Thug picking Hogfish as the favorites to win. Any additional thoughts?
He said all he needs.
Hogfish.
All right, there we go. All right. He said the thing.
I
He did
told
the
you
thing.
you had a good day and not a good
Could you
night.
guys imagine Thug exploding if Mix Ready joined Pogfish? Like, I mean,
That
he's
is
going to a
the
Make it
coma.
craziest
happen.
thing I've
Make
ever
it
heard in my
happen.
life.
I don't know.
It's kind of what we all want to see right now. Am I feeling that too? I feel like that's got to happen, but any
Who's their
dang way.
GM? I'll make some calls.
Yeah.
Any dang way. Let's get it. Thug picked Pogfish. NPC, who do you got?
All right. So my favorite in Transcendence tier. So last week, Thug talked about this little band called Queensryche. Okay. And they had a song called Silent Lucidity. And that song was on an album called Empire. And there's no empire greater than that of the Otaku Empire.
Full
There we
circle.
go.
Goes full
There we
circle.
go. That was a long one.
You know what? I respect it. I
You got
respect
it.
it. I
mean,
respect
that's a week-long gap there.
That's right.
That is a-
Oh, that was good.
Gotta
Thank
finish
you.
That is a
the
week
circle.
long
Did
gap.
it.
I did it.
All
You
right.
left me with garbage. Okay, I worked with what I could last week, but this week I molded it.
Crazy son of a bitch.
All right,
I'm in.
Bard,
I'm in.
what do you got here?
So we've done some theory crafting this season on the podcast about acronyms. We've going downhill, doesn't quite seem accurate. God hand is just stupid. It's 3 letters. It can't be God hand. So I think it's going to be going down in history, actually, as the season 5 Transcendence Tier champions of GDH. I'm not saying God hand because that is stupid, guys. I love you all, but it's
That is
3
so
letters.
dumb. They're right up there with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and that going down in history. I feel it.
They're just so good. It's such a solid lineup, and they're like actually scrimming, so they're gonna stay a solid lineup. Like I don't see someone beating them yet. If a team proves me wrong, I'll be so happy because that'll be such a great game. But I don't see it happening yet.
Right. So let's take it now to your dark horse of the Transcendence tier. Captain Jack, start us off.
I gotta say, I'm doubling down on the good boys this week. We already know about Capital and Pinhead as amazing supports in the Transcendence tier, but the sleepers sit in the front lines, folks. And for the audience's consideration, Najik and Nikolai are watching other teams and already know how to counter this off-tank meta, but they are waiting for stage 2 where people are more dedicated to the meta and they're going to shut them down with the fattest shatters Tranquility has ever felt. There. I said it.
But what if I said no, they didn't?
That would work too.
I would just
Wow.
Okay, wow,
That's I never.
Wow.
Wow.
Rude.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna need a
I'm
minute
just
on that one.
Good boys picked as a dark horse in the Transcendence tier. Thug, what do you think?
Well, I think after you fucking launch Captain Jack's self-esteem into the stratosphere, we're gonna have to take a rocket jump up there and pull it out of orbit.
Ooh.
I don't even write these down, guys. They just come to me.
Um,
I when I picked this team, I really did understand the gravity of the situation. I personally think it's a team that the start they're having right now is probably less to do with any talent and more to do with them sandbagging. Yeah, that's.
I mean, they will get a better spot, in the lower tier where they can do better in stage 2 if they
Smart.
don't do so well this week. So.
Smart, saving their strats. That's why orbit's my jam here, boys and girls.
Yeah. I also wanted Orbit, but Thug took it.
I did.
He stole it from me.
Oof.
So I gotta come down out of the clouds, and I gotta dig down into the dirt. All right. So I like dirt. Look. Here's
like
the
dirt.
Look, that's,
I love that dirt.
I love dirt. Okay,
Love it.
dirt.
I love it.
And here's the thing. It's the truth. Mm-hmm.
Does
Okay,
it set
and
you free?
Yes, and it sets you free. And they've got a very, very tasty support line. Okay. I believe Dirt's gonna make some big just gonna make some big moves. Okay. It's gonna be earth shaking.
I hate to
I
tell
don't
you
even
this.
know.
I
I'm
mean,
lost.
honestly, if I was looking to eject someone's self-esteem, I know. Anyways, let's go, Bard.
Oh my god! I
Wrap it
don't
up
know
here. What do
why
you got?
I like dirt got me so hard. It got me where it counts.
I like
I-
Dirt.
I like Dirt.
I'm pretty sure my 4-year-old would disagree with you. And
That was so
I'm just
Texas
saying.
of you, NPC.
Oh,
I
okay.
like Dirt.
Okay, so for my dark horse, right? I think the term dark horse is very fitting because I think with this meta and these changes, we're entering the darkest timeline. And I think to survive in this dark timeline, you have to be cunning. And what creature could be cunning in the dark better than a Twilight Fox? So I
Arctic
picked
foxes.
Twilight Foxes.
Arctic Twilight Foxes.
Yeah, I picked Arctic and then I picked Arctic Foxes. And then I was informed that it's actually Arctic Twilight Foxes, but actually it's just Twilight Foxes. And that's the whole
What
thing.
team
Yeah,
are we
I picked
talking about
them.
again?
We're talking about the Twilight
Oh,
Arctic
no.
Foxes.
The
Oh, no.
fox. The fox is.
Oh god, the universe is folding in on itself.
I know.
Yeah, Twilight Foxes look really solid. I'm looking for solid teams going into this crazy meta. I think they've got a chance, and you know they got a chance to prove themselves this week. So let's see what they can do.
All right. Final point here in the excuse me. In the oh my god, I'm all out of sorts here. Final point here in Mount
Take your time.
Rushmore is the underrated players in the Transcendence tier. What do you think, Captain Jack?
Oh boy, Thug. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Thug. But it's getting kind of cold in here. And you know, it's been over a year now. But something tells me the trans tier didn't get the memo. Because I think it's a little icy. Icy, baby. A continued linchpin and God hand success in stage 1. Ice is a support that dedicates every effort to keep that front line alive and equally able to keep those dive characters at bay from coming in through the rear. He may have lost to Sir Gold Moira number 26 2 seasons ago. But the comet has hit in the Transcendence tier, and the Ice Age is coming.
All right. Thug, what do you think? Any response to that?
It was factually inaccurate. Categorically wrong.
Yeah.
Like it's
I did the research.
Deny till you die, Thug. That's,
check.
that's
Here
the
we
way-
gotta do. Someone give him the YouTube clip of me absolutely owning Ice, the season 3 Discord tier MVP.
I mean, we have a clip on
It's been-
on a button, don't we, Eddie? That we can play.
Is it
No.
this one?
Not the right one.
No, not the right one. No.
Anyway,
Yeah, moving on.
there is a player that I think is far too underrated. He goes by the name of Randy, and he's on a little team you might affectionately know as Pogfish.
Who's that?
Bubbers?
No,
No.
there's
no.
only 3 people
other
I know
Randy?
named Randy. Bubbers, who's 18, and my ex-father-in-law, who's 68, and then there's this guy. So either he's 18
Who is an age
or
undetermined.
68.
And Randy Macho Man Savage, but he's passed on. Rest in
Okay,
peace.
R.I.P. and
Yeah,
peace. I didn't want to bring him out. It's too
I know.
Reborn.
I'm sorry. It got dark.
Gosh.
Reborn into Overwatch. I mean, come on, folks.
It's true. It's true.
No, Randy's
Conspiracy
a really
theory.
great support player.
Dropping the
He's
elbow.
really underrated because Pogfish are just so good. Everybody on that team, it's like having a team full of first ballot Hall of Famers, and if they're all MVPs in my opinion. And so Randy's he's lost in the mix. So, we can't talk about him enough. You guys would cut off my feed too quickly. Yeti would kick me off the podcast. It'd be pandemonium.
Two of those things might already
Pandemonium.
happen.
Then Specs would come back and nobody wants that.
Oh, never mind. We got to keep you.
That's true. That's true.
All
Now,
right. NPC.
how much is Pogfish paying you, and how do I get a cut? Okay, that's what I want to know.
Here's the thing. None yet. I'm just hoping. I'm paying it forward here.
Yep.
Okay.
Hoping
Okay.
to get the dividends. Yep.
Okay. All right. So, look, I don't even know why I wrote this down because we're supposed to pick underrated players, but somehow 2 of our underrated players are going to come from GTH, the top best possible team in the whole universe, and like the only reason I picked this player is because they've got Rocket and Mini and Pyro. Now I know they've got a couple of leave of absences right now, so this is his time. But I mean, I think everybody forgot that Orsted is on this team. Okay, I mean it's hard. I know it's easy because you look, you see a Brig on the screen and you just kind of ignore it. But Orsted's a top tier player. Okay, just a fantastic player. He carried me in season 2, and if he can do that, he could do anything.
I can agree with that.
Go ahead and wrap it up, Bard.
So, talking about underrated players made me a little sad. And I wanted to listen to some just mournful, sad music to keep me in that mood. So I played a Requiem. And it was a Requiem for Sebs, who is just, again, sticking with the underrated teams, sticking with the main tanks or just tank players in general, because main tanks don't exist right now. Sebs is super solid, and it feels really weird to say that he's underrated. It feels really like, I don't know how we're not talking about him. I don't know how we're not talking about Requiem more. They look so good as a team, and he just, I don't know. I think he's going to show us something really incredible going into stage 2. And if he doesn't, you can blame him. But if he does, then I was right. And that's how it works. I'm on the podcast. I got to say that. But,
is that how it works?
yeah. But yeah, no, he just looks really good. And tanks in general look really interesting to watch right now. And I think we should just be talking about him more. So Sebs, that's my choice.
When you get on the podcast, you can say a lot of things and get a
for
lot
sure.
of grief for it.
So it is said, so it shall be.
So it is said, so it shall be. All right, that is it for Mount Rushmore this week, guys. We have some more announcements coming up here, and by the way, giveaway. Hello.
Giveaway.
There's a giveaway. So if you have,
What are we giving away?
Oh, what are we doing?
what are we giving away? We're giving away a Tranquility T-shirt of your choice. Oh, and by the way, there's some more giveaways coming around the corner. So some of you might want to hang on to those channel points. Maybe drop a couple here. Maybe drop a couple the next one. Get your giveaway
We're
entries
gonna have
in
a lot
now.
of matches over the next several days.
Yeah. There's a lot of Tranquility broadcasts to watch here, guys. So get your giveaway entries in. Is the last giveaway until a little teaser for later. Last giveaway until next Friday. We have a very special giveaway for you guys. So let's go ahead and roll our comms check.
Oh, these are always great.
Come on.
I just don't give a fuck at all. I've no more to give. My fucks have flown away. My fucks are now so off they refuse to.
Me on the flank.
3,
Bye, guys.
2,
Like an FPS
1. Placebo
Rip
and hog.
As Zenyatta, they like to call me the opener.
Okay.
What are you opening?
Cannibal Blast.
Don't give us the GR!
Something about Rick Astley and the other guy.
Never gonna
Never
give you up.
Never gonna let you down.
Beans. They look like beans.
Beans.
Stop with the beans, pigs.
No, they look like 2 beans you put in your ears.
Stop talking. Oh my god.
Oh, they do look like beans. They look like little kidney beans.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
I love beans.
I'm looking through all phases.
Oh! Holy shit, I might fall. I fell.
Without crouching, by the way, too.
Wait, guys. I can teabag this season. I'm not on Diva. Oh no. Oh no. Hey, NPC.
All right, Jogu, poo-poo time.
Alright.
When I say I'm gonna nano, tanks can not try to like just jump in front of me.
No, because we want the f***ing nano.
He said tanks, as in me cryptic, but the one who said we want the nano is our Lucio. It's literally he said,
I can't block everything.
Anna.
I'm dead. Zen's one. Sorry.
Alright.
Did you hear what else I called?
No.
Okay. They have.
I just hit a 720 headshot.
Sorry, Hal, please continue.
Oh, yo, dude, it's my favorite anime. Naruto.
Dorado.
Let's go.
Mason, can you do me a favor and never speak again?
Yeah.
Oh, they're underneath us? Low ground.
Logan.
They're here. They knew! I need help!
Yo, I'm gonna go walk this door real quick. See you guys.
I can do this. I believe in myself.
Come on, Cactus, get back there.
Cactus, we can do that.
Icon check.
I go all the way up. This is the kind of comms that gets us
Icon
forward.
check.
Okay, dude.
69%! I got it!
They'll never know.
They lack the critical information.
They truly do.
You don't have.
If you whisper in voice comms, they can't hear. Oh god!
We went from 3,300 to 3,000.
3,000? You mean 3,000?
Oh yeah, 3,000. Yeah.
3,000.
Yeah.
Wait. I'm waiting for TP.
Good thing we're behind you.
We're gonna play Ryan still, right?
Yeah.
Or we're gonna play not Arissa, right?
Yeah.
And we're playing Ryan Zarya?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Okay, alright. So then Ana, yeah, go Ana. Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mars Discord, I kicked her out.
Reaper one. Reaper getting
No! Oh, she killed herself! Oh, mercy! Melee Wallace, why did you melee?
There's that. Ryan. Lucio. Holy shit.
Oh my god. Let's go.
Okay, that's comp checks. Okay, that's comp check.
Oh my gosh.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Thanks again to Caden for that fantastic montage. We appreciate it. Excellent work as always. Quite a fantastic pile of editors, honestly, that we have here in the community. So way better than the crap I used to put together at 2 a.m. The night before the podcast. So fantastic work as always to our editors. Let's get to some announcements, and it's going to be a little centric on one topic, y'all, and that topic is, of course, well, event week. So NPC, I'll let you kind of lead into this. Let's talk about some of the donations.
All right, so let me actually load up the page so I can just read them off here, okay? Because we got a lot of things coming up this week, the whole week long. So this week you've got until Sunday to get in your $10 a piece to 1v1 us on the podcast. Okay, that's easy. Okay, but all week this week and all week next week, you can donate any amount you'd like. All right, it doesn't matter. It can be $1, it could be $10. It goes towards a good cause, and we love you a lot. But if you feel like donating a little bit more, you can do things like donating $10 to have the casting team of a feature match, or even us here on the podcast, give you a personal shout out to you as an individual. If maybe you want us to shout out your entire team, we can shout you out for $25. So Thug, I expect Pogfish to pay us back in donations at $25 for every time you said it. Yeah, retroactively.
I'll send you the bill, boys.
It's really, it's for the kids. It's for the kids. It's for a very good cause.
That's right.
It's expensive, trust me.
It's $25 donations for your team for us to shout you out on the podcast. And then it goes up from there. I've got actually some things I can mail. I think, I have one right here. Oh, that's not the right one. Never mind. I don't even know where it went. Here it is. I wasn't prepared. A Tranquility enamel pin. It's a silver metal with enamel inlay. Looks like the Tranquility logo. It's a very nice little 1-inch pin, and these are $20. You donate $20, and I will mail you one of these.
And he won't dox you as part of that. He promises.
They're very, very cool.
It's so shiny.
Yes, it's very, very cool. So I've got those. There's also for $50, one person, Sneaky Kittens, will mail you a plush kitten. You can squeeze it and hug it and love it and name it George. Do everything. That's a boomer joke, by the way. Nobody gets it on the
That's
podcast.
only a one person gets that though.
Whoa.
That is one person.
We
So
all
first
get
come,
this
first
except
serve
Bard.
on that one.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, plush kitten.
I have
yes.
no idea what you're talking about.
Yes,
See?
and we don't know what the kitten looks like yet either.
No.
So
no,
the picture that's in the
Surprise
Tiltify
kitten.
may or may not be the actual kitten you get. So you don't know.
But she will mail you a kitten.
Yeah, when she said it was a stuffed kitten, we had to make sure it wasn't like taxidermy, but it's actually like a plush, child's toy that you can cuddle with. So don't worry about that. Also, Booth will design a custom Pixel emote. I mean, who doesn't need more Pixel emotes? Okay, Booth will design you one for $20. There's a limit to those. I believe the limit is 10.
Yep.
So $20 a piece for those. Booth will make it for you and send you the PNG file that you can use in your Discord and have your own picture of Pixel as an emote. That'll be cool.
Lucky sons of bitches.
All right. So another one-time purchase thing for a $50 donation. Yeti will do the Burn or Bliss challenge between every map of admin pugs. Burn or Bliss challenge is a pack of chocolates, and each square is either sweet or extremely spicy. And he doesn't know which it is. The pack contains 12 pieces of chocolate, and 5 of them are spicy. So the odds are stacked in his favor a little bit. But it's still going to be a good time because if he does it between every map, he has to eat at least like 5 of them, right? So
I don't know, Crispy. It's spicier than Liquid Nova. Let me tell you. They are 9 million Scoville units on those. So that is where those are
Add
at.
some incentive to this.
All right, so that's a $50 one-time purchase. And now I also a one-time purchase of $100. Now,
Expensive,
though.
expensive.
This is very expensive. It's an autographed "Get Off My Land" NPC jersey. Okay, so just saying, for $100, have yourself a piece of history right
You
there.
can get a 100. You can get an autographed NPC. That's going to be worth something.
Probably
worth roughly retail price.
Yes, exactly. But we also have some other little stretch goals.
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
more.
There's a lot more. Well, yeah, we have stretch goals.
We want to do fun things. Please donate so we can do fun things.
These stretch goals are what we call target goals. And what you do is you can contribute just $5 or $1 or $2 to it. And when the total for this particular goal gets to $250, we'll do the thing. So we have 2 of those for $250. When we get to the end, Yeti will eat the world's hottest chocolate bar on the podcast the week after the admin pugs.
That's already at $75 of the $250, by the way.
It doesn't count towards your horse.
Oh yeah, so he has to eat that, and I think that's what 13 million Scovilles. Is that what that was?
Those are 9 million, but it's a stronger concentrate of the extract than bourbon.
I see.
Plus you eat 1 square every minute.
Yes, and then he's got to eat that as the podcast goes on, and then also there's a separate one that Booth will do an 80s Zarya cosplay if we reach a $250 donation goal for that one. So
sign me up. I'm donating.
Yeah. We want to.
Just so you know, guys, these aren't all separate
cosplay.
These aren't all separate things. You could donate, like if you were to donate, say, $100 just because you wanted to do that, you could literally claim the NPC jersey, and you could claim the podcast 1v1s. You could claim an enamel pin. Yes, that's all part of it.
I don't know if it'll let you do it, but I think you can.
I believe you can. So, and then you could also put that towards the stretch goals that we talked about. But there's more stretch goals. It's not just individual things. The whole entire charity run has more stretch goals on it.
Yes. It definitely does. Yes. No matter what you donate for, you're contributing towards the other stretch goals. We have each admin will donate an extra $25 if we get to $250, which we're definitely going to get to. I mean, we're already at 125. We're halfway there. We'll wear silly hats on the podcast, $500. That should be fairly easy.
I love hats.
I know,
That's
right?
gonna be fun.
I do love hats. I do love hats.
At $1,000, we're going to have a $100 Amazon gift card giveaway. And
$100 Amazon gift card.
There we go. And at $2,000, if we make our goal is to raise $2,000 in the end of this 2 weeks. If we make that goal at the end of Admin Pugs to send off the entire night and put us all to bed, Triage 3 is going to read us all a bedtime story.
Working out for that one too.
That'll just be a nice way to wrap up the night.
Apparently he didn't know about this, so
Yeah.
I forgot to DM you, but
Yeah,
well,
you're gonna read it a bedtime story. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, there's one other goal that we haven't discussed that's not currently on the list, but this is our optimistic goal, our goal that we would love to achieve.
I feel like I'm part of this.
That's at $2,500. This is beyond our actual overall goal total. If we get to $2,500, there are 4 of us on this podcast. Well, we'll probably try to get Booth on. Yeah, we'll try. We'll find a way to make this work because Bard over here, whatever.
Yeah.
There are 4 of us on this podcast who have kids. And
I don't.
if we hit $2,500,
thanks for the clarification there, Bard.
Yeah. We're sorry to hear about that, Bard.
Yeah, sorry, Bard. No, at $2,500, our children will be applying makeup to us before the podcast, and we will wear our makeup.
If it makes if we want to do this, if you want to get me in on this, I will have my dogs step in, like coloring, like paint. Or
Okay,
stuff and
please hit $2,500 because
Bard, why?
So we will have hilarious children applied makeup on the podcast if we hit $2,500 for the stretch goals on this, guys. So there's lots of goals here. I think we covered them all, NPC. There's so much.
I believe so, and the plush kitten has already been claimed. So
yes,
Nagisa, thank you so much for the $50 donation.
I want that. Nagisa claims the $50. The kitten is hers.
It's for charity. So thank you so much.
I'm
gonna get Sneaky Kittens, the address and everything.
If I may add to the ski-free Yeti eating the chocolates, I will be casting that match. And we will be cutting to him live eating those.
Yeah.
So not only will you get to watch him suffer, I will then get to break down the suffering in real time afterwards.
Oh, nice.
You want to hit this reward, guys.
No, that's the $50 for the Burner Bliss. The world's hottest chocolate is the one that's the stretch goal, and that's already up to 100, halfway there. Thanks, everybody.
Oh man,
you're poor record.
Wow.
I will die. There's nothing to be funny about that. I will.
Yes,
die.
for all of us, it's funny.
we don't have to do it.
I think that these milestones, I think that the other stretch goals are different. Honestly, in the software, I don't know. We're gonna have to decide.
We're gonna have to play with. Honestly, we just want to have fun, and we want you guys to donate. It all comes down to this. It's a great cause. Let's prove that Tranquility can do so much more than just be an Overwatch tournament, and that's what we try to do here. So I hope you guys.
We didn't even talk about what these donations are for.
Oh.
You're donating
Come on.
You Are Rad, which is Rise Above the Disorder. They pay for mental health resources for people who can't afford it, especially in the gaming community. So they have a Discord server. They have a whole bunch of resources you can go to and say, hey, look, I'm going to need some help. You know, I'm just kind of, my mentals are boomed right now. You know, we lost in Tranquility to get off my LAN, and I don't even know how to deal with that right now.
Wow.
And you know, it just to get you back on track so that you can get back to your game. So that's what they do, and it's a great cause that all of us can relate to. Well, okay, not all of us have lost to get off my LAN, but you know, we've all lost. So get off my LAN needs to call them actually. So it's yeah, this is important to us.
It's important to us, really.
Yeah. It is important to us. So, all right, let's take it into predictions, guys. We got some predictions to break down. Let's start it off in the Harmony tier. Your Tuesday match. This replaced the match that was supposed to be featured between Excel and Jersey Boys due to some attendance problems there. That is going to be Holy Jalapenos taking on Nuclear. That's right, Nuclear.
Nuclear.
All right, Captain Jack, start us off. Who do you got?
I mean, I already spouted him once tonight. I'm gonna back him. Holy Jalapenos gonna take it 3-1.
All right, Thug, what do you got?
I think Nuclear is gonna lose 4-0.
Okay,
right.
I like it.
I was my heart skipped a beat there.
NPC, who do you got this one?
I also have Holy Jalapenos 4-0 just because it's easier to say.
It is. It's true. It is very, very easy to say. Last but not least, Bard, who do you got?
Well, I have the most controversial pick here. I thought someone would meme and pick Nuclear. I didn't. I picked Holy Jalapenos.
Okay.
But
damn.
I think we're going on map 5. I picked 3-2 Holy Jalapenos. I think Nuclear have really turned it around. They've got a really good Zen player who can kind of shine with no shields there to block those damage orbs. And they've got a really good Hog player, despite the fact that Walrus doesn't know how to hit his melee button.
That's true. We saw that.
We saw that.
Screamed.
I think that they're really bringing it up. They'll hit that fifth map.
And the fans say 90% of the votes to Holy Jalapenos. So pretty telling on that one. Captain Jack, start off with our next one, the Discord tier feature. Again, last week was a replacement match. SEAL Team Spuds and Joey Esports taking over for a team. We have SEAL Team Spuds again taking on Aces in your scheduled feature. Who do you got, Jack?
You know, I know that this podcast totally isn't biased in any way towards any team. Absolutely not. But the numbers don't lie. Aces is gonna take it 3-1. I believe that.
Thug, what do you think?
It's a thing. I have SEAL Team Spuds 4-0.
No, I like it. NPC
4-0.
Okay. Well, Captain Jack was a Navy veteran, and there's no team tougher than the Navy SEALs. So I'm gonna have to go SEAL Team Spuds. 3-1.
All right, Bard, what do you think?
So I think that we're onto something talking about SEAL teams here, because they can be really sneaky and they can kind of bring those unexpected attacks and results. So I think we are going to see something unexpected here. I think Aces are going to win 3-0, and we're going to see a tied map.
Wow.
And that tied map, I'm not going to predict it because I'm not that smart, but we're going to see one.
It's either going to be 2CP or hybrid, I think.
It's got to be one of the two. You know what? I'll flip it. Another coin. 2CP.
All right. The crowd is split just like your podcast team is. We go to Friday's match, or Friday's taped match featured from Wednesday's recording. We have Good Boys taking on Folklore Gaming. Folklore getting their first win. Yes, be a forfeit, but still a win. Taking on Good Boys with all the momentum right now. Who do you guys got?
I mean, Folklore, I'm so glad that you were able to get one. But it ends here. The Good Boys going to be taking it 3-1.
Thug, what do you got here?
Good Boys 3-1 as well. Captain Jack, you're a smart man. Those are words I said.
They gave me a paper to prove it.
Yeah.
Okay.
NPC, what do you got?
Okay, well, I don't have any papers to prove anything. So you know what? The Good Boys, they have capital. Folklore. The comeback starts now. I believe. Folklore 4-0.
Ooh.
The comeback starts now.
Bard, what do you think?
So, the thing about Folklore is when you talk about things that revolve around Folklore, they tend to be mythical, just like them actually winning when a team shows up to play them. Good Boys are going to win this.
Oh,
damn, son.
I really love Folklore.
Debated
turn around
again.
It's looking rough, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Good Boys coming out on top in the public poll here, despite having capital. And let's take it next to your YouTube feature match, which is Supernova taking on Joey Esports in Discord tier action. Who do you got on this one, Captain Jack?
See, these two teams, again, looking at the numbers, they are incredibly close to one another. But I think the Joey Esports has what it has to take them down. Joey Esports 3-2.
All right. Thug, what do you think?
Esports 3-1. Joey, Kangaroos, Australia's cool. Woo!
Shrimp on the bobby and all that jazz.
Okay, Thug's had a little bit too much.
Someone take it away from him.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go Supernova. Orbit is such a good logo and the space theme, and then we got Orbit and Supernova and Lightspeed.
You take a drink for that one?
Everybody but Thug.
Bard, what do you think?
Thug made some good points. Kangaroos, Australia. Kangaroos are really strong. They can punch, but they can also jump and kick you. But you know what? Even if kangaroos are strong, they're not as strong as the force of a star exploding. Supernova.
That's not true. Have you seen a kangaroo?
Have you seen a star exploding?
No. Have you?
Have you seen a kangaroo fight an exploding star?
I've literally seen a kangaroo fight. I have never seen a star explode in either of you, Bard.
Supernova 4-0, but this one could go
I think they could bring it to like a 3-2. But I think it's a 4-0 is what I think is more logical.
Technically, some of the stars we're seeing at night have already exploded. We just haven't seen
It's
it.
insane, guys.
Supernova comes out ahead in the public poll here. Let's take it now to your Twitter feature match here, guys. Or sorry, not Twitter feature. The Twitter poll. We asked you guys to tell us who you wanted to see us predict on the podcast, and you did pick the Harmony tier match of the season thus far. Flashbacks taking on Royals. Captain Jack, who do you got?
I mean, I said it once. I gotta say it again. Royalty will reign, but it'll be a close one. 3-2.
Thug, what do you think?
Flashbacks 3-1. Thug was right.
NPC, who do you got?
Royals 3-1. Thug was wrong.
Okay, that's not even fair. You can't take my material.
So,
Bard.
I think we all know who the favorite is here, but to quote everyone's favorite Joker, I am an agent of chaos. Royals are going to win 4-0.
Ooh, no chance.
I will say that this is easily the closest poll we've had, also one of our most active. I don't know if people were just sitting around waiting to vote on this one, apparently, but or some scrims just ended or something, because all of a sudden the polls got real busy. Suddenly everybody just said, I'm gonna vote on this poll.
Yeah, everybody shows up and they're like, did they talk about us yet?
Yeah, did they talk about us? No, your team probably wasn't talked about. Nobody likes you. Have a good day. Go fighting potatoes. 16-15 in favor of Royals in the poll, guys. That is something. It is going to be a great match. I believe the match will be streamed by somebody, so hopefully I'll get a chance to take a look at that when we get there. Let's wrap it up here, guys. Upset specials. Captain Jack, who's your upset?
I think I feel that chill in the air again. You know, it's going to be a close one, but I think Tempest are going to fall to Arctic Foxes. Arctic Foxes taking it 3-2 this week.
You mean Twilight Foxes?
The Twilight Arctic Foxes. Yes.
The Twilight Arctic Foxes. Next week we're playing a game, by the way. The game is Twilight Arctic Foxes. I will name a player, and you will tell me if they're on Twilight Foxes, Arctic, or Arctic Foxes.
I don't know. Because I'm the cheer director for two of those teams, and I won't know.
All right. Thug, go ahead.
My upset special this week is Pantheon versus Doodles. I have Doodles taking this 3-1. It was very heavily favored to Pantheon, but I think Doodles are going to take this one. Pantheon literally has nothing to play for. They are already going to be in the top tier for it. So I think Pantheon's going to take their foot off the gas here.
Sure, buddy.
Crispy as a point.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, NPC.
Okay, and speaking of sandbagging, I think Orbit's not going to put their best game out there this week. I think it's going to be Twilight Foxes 4-0. I think Orbit's going to, they've got what they need. They're kind of done. They're going to decide, you know what, we can win this and go to the upper tier. We can take the L, go down to the lower tier, have a much easier time, ride this out. I think with something about the logo makes me think that that's their play. I don't know.
All right, Bard, go ahead.
Man, this was a tough one this week. There weren't many that were like in a clear favorite that I thought would be like wrong. But then I spotted that Counter Shaded is like 25 votes behind Lightspeed. And that's where I got really confused because Counter Shaded have Booty Sushi. They got Pixel. They got a really solid team. And I think if anyone's going to upset anyone this week, it's going to be Counter Shaded winning like 3-2 over Lightspeed.
All right.
I like to name them like they're two people. They got Booty Sushi. They got Pixel. They got Nixol.
Yeah.
They got
everything.
Enstall. They got
Nstall.
This guy who's on the podcast in season 3.
Yeah. Who is he?
Yeah, that guy.
Guys, we are going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Get your donations in. It is going to be a fun week this week as we wrap up stage 1. Event week is next week. Keep in mind, next Monday, no podcast. We're doing 1v1s. So get those donations in. $10 donation. Name your opponent. Bring it on, everybody. Because we all know in the end, Maelstrom is just spicy water. Potatoes 4-0. Let's go. See you guys next week.
Experience tranquility.